I want to talk to you a little bit about the professional learning communities that are coming up. Alright, first I want to talk a little bit about why we do professional learning communities, and we've done this for a couple of years and why we're going to continue to do them. The first thing is because they allow teachers to share their ideas, and with us being busy, a lot of times we don't have a lot of time, so by Ms. Tolbert allowing us to have that extra time on those afternoons where we have that extra time to share some of our ideas with each other. It also allows us to ask questions and to get some help in the areas that we feel that we need help in. And another reason is because it allows us to have, to provide ourselves with the differentiation that we're always trying to provide our students with. Like if we feel we need extra help in a certain area, like we can sign up for what we feel that we need help with. Or like in the past, our administrators may have said, well, I noticed that there's an area of need, so I would like for you to attend this workshop, to get a better understanding of this. So that's, why we've been doing them and why we will continue to do those that, help strengthen our instruction. The way that we will continue to choose the PLCs that, that we will do is to use the school-wide CRCT data, use Ames Web and the Success Maker data, and also to use the writing benchmark scores. Ms. Tolbert purchased the Write score for us this year, so we'll have to get some training on that and how to use it to, better instruct the students to help with the writing scores. So I know that we'll probably need training on that in the future. Also with this project that I'm working on, like Ms. Tolbert was telling you, for school, is called the Capacity Needs Assessment. And the way that I can describe it is it's very similar to the Advanced Ed accreditation project that we just went through with getting accredited. And it takes like everything that you do within your school, and you have to break it down and see, you have to use different data sources and see what your school does well and what it's not doing well, and you have to assess what your school needs improvement on. And I just finished, working with that project, so I'm going to use that data, and Ms. Tolbert is going to allow me to kind of use that data to see some of the areas that we could use to form some professional learning communities. And as we all know, math is a big one for our school. Our strength is reading and language arts, but math, consistently shows to be one that we need the extra work in. I also have surveys that were distributed to several teachers, and in some of the testing grades, and more will be distributed. And it showed that some teachers didn't have a very strong, they didn't feel confident when it came to math instruction like they did when it came to reading. So that could, that's consistent with the math data. The data isn't showing strong scores in math, and teachers aren't feeling confident in math. So that is consistent. The surveys are consistent with, the CRCT data. So that would definitely be an area for a professional learning community. I also talked to Ms. Tolbert about one of the professional, like in the area of math, kind of designing it like how we do reading workshop. We do it a lot in 4th grade. Mr. Brown came by and at the beginning of the year, I think, to all the grade levels, and showed 3 different models, and he showed parts of the models that you could use, and many of them were geared towards what we used to be with America's Choice. But we wanted to focus more on one where they integrate it more towards like the Reader's Workshop model, where you're constantly conferring with students. And that way, when you hear, like, the biggest complaint that you hear from teachers is that I don't have enough time to teach this content. We say it all the time. I know in our grade level, and I hear other grade levels say it too. We don't have enough time to teach the content. We have to move on to something else before our students master this skill. But like with the Reader's Workshop, with the differentiated instruction and with balanced literacy, we learned that if we have those centers and we're grouping them by skills, you can keep those the curriculum, those content areas in there for long lengths of times without switching those skills out. So even though you're following your pacing guide and you're having to move on, you don't necessarily have to move them on from those skills that they still need. So we've started doing it in 4th grade, like where we just do it just like Reader's Workshop, but we do it with math. And it's really working well, and it's worked so well with reading for our school, you know, over many years. You know, even when Miss Williams was here, we've seen the scores rise so high, you know, to get us, you know, in the 80s at many grade levels. We just think that it will work wonderful with math if we can do it consistently across the grade levels. So that's where we're trying to, like, where I'm trying to work with my project, and Ms. Tolbert's being nice enough to let me try to kind of experiment with that. So that's kind of where I'm going. And any questions? All right, thank you.